Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la, ah wee wee. She go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. They go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. We go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Okay, ooh la la, ah wee wee. She like, ooh la la, ah wee wee. They go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. She like, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovitz TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here, one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question really is, where you been? Over here on this side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, because niggas be acting flaky, Popovisms 101, and of course motivation. I got mods in today and that 95-degree weather. If that sounds like something you can rock with, then before you hop your ass off the page and hit stage left, I'm going to need you to hit that like button, hit that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos. It's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel. Good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game. I was supposed to get the Boston hat up here, and we in the end game because the NBA season is over. I mean, pretty much. We in the playoffs, and now it's the finals. And yesterday, I had Boston, and y'all know because that's your money, son. I put my money where my mouth was. You know what I mean? Told a lot of people like my man AJ, my nigga Corey. You know what I mean? Gray, who else? A few other people. Tane, Pierre, my brother, Sincere. That's my nephew. His birthday tomorrow. Actually, his birthday is today because it's after 12 o'clock. Even though the titles say Monday Motivation, Motivational Monday, I am your motivational speaker, whether you like it or not. Today, his birthday. He just turned 18. Yeah, kid. Happy birthday to him. Lil Sincere. You still a small boy. You're always going to be a small boy in the book. But may Allah bless you to have plenty more birthdays and salute. But yesterday I was telling them and I was going back and forth like, game 7. Is these niggas really going, you know what I mean? Miami at home. And let's run through, let's show a little bit of this. You know what I mean? No, that didn't disappear. Oh, no, matter of fact. That's not what I was looking for. Looking for this. Right here. Yeah, kid, that feeling. 10, told you, Boston. Pierre, told you, Boston. That's right. Nas, told you, Boston. Gray, told you, Boston. Game 7, baby, and this shit is rigged if you believe what you believe. You know, there's no other way. That's you. And when they said Miami +3 at home, I said, Miami +3 at home? It's not sounding right. Gotta go with Boston. Boston, Golden State. I'll let you know who I like in the finals. I'm gonna let y'all know in this video. Another video. Boston tonight, though. Al Horford, you going to the finals, baby. Yeah, kid. And let me show you real quick.
Y'all motherfuckers don't have the same experiences in life that y'all be having. All of these difficulties. See, y'all motherfuckers don't have the same experiences in life that y'all be having.
Where should that? Just so you can see. Even though y'all know on the channel, I don't be capping anyway. Nah, matter of fact, let me screenshot it.
See, y'all motherfuckers.
Screenshot it. Yeah, kid, you see what it is. What that say? That say Boston -3, 220. Boston money line 600. 600 brought a band back. 220 brought 420 back. So pretty much that's 820. You know what I mean? And we won some chicken dinners. We pretty much won 1420. Yeah, kid. Because that's your money, son. And pretty much why I took Boston is, like I said in that video, once they was like Miami +3, I was like, yeah. Hold on 1 second. I don't really like how this is looking really quick. Let me see something real quick. Once they was like Boston, once they was like Miami 3 at home, I was like, Miami really should have been favored at home, even if it was by 1, even if it was by .05, which means they just got to win by 1. How they go game 6, Jimmy Butler was like, know what I mean? Little baby, I'm not really one of them, but I'm really one of them. I'm all in the streets mixing the sauce, you know what I mean? And I can't rub it in. Shout out to my nigga Brasco. I seen him today too. Money Bras, you know what I mean? My nigga from LI. LI stand up. We was out there for a little hot minute today. I'm like, damn, he dropped 47, 9, and 8. Now you at home. You won without Tyler Hero. And Bayou had a bad game. I was about to say a semi. He had a bad game. Oh, they possibly could win. Kyle Lowry, champion. Bling blow. Your wrist bling bling. My shit bling blow. Yet Boston was favored by not 1, not 2, 3 times like in Do the Right Thing. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, fuck you. 3 times like the retarded nigga. 3 points? And that's just really a basket. That's just for 3. That's just a 3. I said they trying to gas niggas. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. I really was just supposed to put the ban on Boston minus the 3. And just like sports, they won by 4. Jimmy Butler down 2. Had a chance to tie the game. Decided to shoot for 3. No. Because you're not really a 3-point shooter. And, you could give or take. People was pointing out on social media what Strauss' leg almost hit the line, and it looked like it hit the line, and it didn't look like it hit the line. And no matter how you slice it and dice it, I believe sports is rigged. Even if it's not all sporting events, I believe somewhere, somehow, some way, like a Hove and Scarface, we gonna make it about. No, actually, that's Hove and Beanie Siegel. We gonna make it about the hood. They do little fuckery. But I put my money on Boston. I won. Yeah, kid, I'm happy. Because that's your money, son. Now, let's get to this other shit. Let's get to the news story. Let's get to Monique versus DL Hughley, right? And, you got the former Kings of Comedy, former Queens of Comedy. And they still are, but I mean former because that was yesteryear. I don't really know all the details. I know that I've been seeing that shit spinning, like spin the clip. Who's right, who's wrong? I don't know, but it's Monday. Yeah, it's Motivational Monday. I am your motivational speaker. Popovism 101. I talk about this all the time on the channel. And this is where this comes into play at. And if you hear any noise from outside, the window is open, it's hot. Or if you hear a little dog and shit, Keisha wanted to go out and get a little fucking dog. So, you know what I mean? Like, just gotta deal with this little nigga now. You know what I mean?
What are you doing, Polo?
His name is Polo.
Polo boy. Polo boy.
So he
What are you doing?
little small ass dogs and shit.
What are you doing?
He cute though,
What
I
are
ain't
you
gonna
doing,
front.
boy?
But I'm like, you taking care of all the
You better be quiet while I'm
responsibilities.
doing my
I'm
show.
not changing, I'm not
You need
doing,
this
I'm not
house.
walking, none of
You need
that.
this house.
And you know why?
Silence.
Because I got my little spotty face. I'm a cat guy.
You better play nice.
But she was looking like she was ready to tone broke off this nigga. A few times I seen her creeping and looking like,
a little crazy.
what we got in the house?
I mean, the snake.
So now
the
we got a
rat,
fucking cat and the dog. Like the
How you gonna see
snake,
it
the
when you
rat,
live
the
in-
cat, the dog. How you gonna see it when you living in the fall? So no animal abuse, but if you hear some shit, yeah, I'm gonna still do my show. Anyway, with that being said, integrity is very, very big. And what happens with integrity a lot of times is nobody's perfect. So even though your integrity may be intact, like mine's, I'm still not perfect. So although, my word is bond and my word is what it is, and I stand upon my word. Don't mean that I, can't have some mishaps. Don't mean I don't make mistakes. Don't mean I'm infallible. Don't mean I don't get mad. Say, like, that doesn't negate any of that because I'm human. And, oh yeah, but you black. The integrity part comes in where people say you do, people accuse you of doing things that's not of your character. And the people that know you, they familiar with you, they know how you are in the real life, not only, in the real life. They can weigh the scales. They can say, fucking with kids, doing some shit to women, hurting animals, stealing, lying about some dumb shit that ain't really about nothing. Nah, I know that nigga leave for 20 years. Nah. Know what I mean? Like, nah, that just don't sound right. It doesn't sound right. So you're not going to be able to just okie doke them with the banana and tailpipe and tell them anything about me. And that goes for the people that I know, that I rock with. And even if I don't rock, I hear something, I say, it's possible, but in my book, nah, I don't believe that. Now, obviously, when you put the beat on, if you're familiar with the channel, I'll plainly say that a lot. Like when you put the beat on, rest in peace, Bismarck, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed at all. I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed of the lengths and the fuckery that people will go to sometimes for clout chasing, for notoriety, to get the bag, and then you start thinking of what people do for money. Like what people do for money will astonish you and it'll shock and amaze you. But me, I won't be shocked and amazed when you put the beat on. But overall, integrity is supposed to be like a force field. It's supposed to be some resistance to the fuckery that people try to throw on you, the dirt that people, some people, not all, because a lot of us got imaginary and invisible haters, people trying to do shit to us that ain't really true. It's like nobody talking about you, nobody thinking about you. And it's like, I'm not looking past you, I'm not looking at you dudes, I'm looking past you. So nobody's worried about you over here. But people will make up shit in their own mind, haters, people this and that. So the integrity part, and I'm mentioning all this to say who's right, who's wrong, who's lying, who's not lying. Now, both of them put out receipts. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, Monique is giving her opportunity to shine again. For a little while, she was blackballed. And for those that don't believe she was blackballed, I do believe she was blackballed. And I'll say this real quick, too, because my show was unscripted, so I don't have a certain time that I got to talk about something and go to the next topic. I do what I want over here. And the people that rock with me, I appreciate you. Share, share the video, hit the like button, and, let other people get put up on the channel. Appreciate you. It don't cost you nothing. When David Chappelle, and I was locked up when this happened. Saying like a lot of shit I was locked up. I'm not an angel, y'all know that. When he came out and walked away from that 50 million and they was trying to paint the narrative that he was crazy. He talked about Bill Cosby, talked about Oprah Winfrey. I want to say he named some other people I can't really recall right now. And that's the diamond truck or some shit go about. He named some other people that I'm not really sure, but I do know he named those two people. That they was the elites and they was trying to do shit behind the scenes on the back line. And I said, damn, they try to fuck over David Chappelle? All right. Meant to know. Because, you see Bill Cosby, and at that time, he still was Bill Cosby, and you want to eat your gelatin pudding, and still doing the dance on the Cosby Show. But Oprah, and whatever, blessings. So I'm only saying that to say, it already been said some things about them from him. I think he's creditable. Anybody that can walk away from 50 million? You talking about niggas can't walk away from $5. Like bitches can't walk away from $40 and showing their pussy online. Like show me your pussy, I give you $1,000. Know what I mean? Like I give you $1,000 if you show your pussy online. You know what I mean? Bootsy. You know what I mean? Bitches that do the most for money. Niggas that do the most too, but unfortunately, and you can drop it in the comment, you don't even gotta at me on this one. Tell me I'm lying. Bitches will do the most for money. I've seen it. He walked away from 50 million, like not one, not two, like LeBron James. 50 M's, that's a lot of money. That's a lifetime worth of money. So to me, he showed me that his integrity is intact and that all money is not good money. And I know that anyway, being out. That's why Hall said I never exchange money because niggas got strange money, funny money. Like you know, let me get it. You got change 400? No, nigga, I don't. Cause your money is funny. You know what I mean? And my money is all there. You don't got accounted money for the niggas I done dealt with. And that's a fact. Like on the back line, niggas be like, nah, Lee money is all good. That's a side note though. Fast forward back. Monique, she's had some shit with Oprah. Had some shit with Daniel Lee. Now though he put her, I think she's about to be in a new movie. You know what I mean? Demon something or Devil's Time, whatever it is. They worked it out, but she cited cases against them, meaning like she had grievances against them. And one time people was like, yo, she just, it's not everybody else, it's her. It was Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey had her on the show. I remember that little clip. And he was like, you could have went about it the right way. And, you know, they was having their little discourse about the situation. DL Hughes, I should have never, you know, I went against my better judgment. I work with you or try to work with you. And I said all that to say they did a show in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. Jalen Rose, shout outs to Jalen Rose. Detroit, D-Town. She was supposed to go last because she was the headliner. D.L. Hughley wasn't having that. So I guess she came out before him because he wasn't going to go on with the show or something like that. She came out and she did a whole rant about him. And, you know, he was like, you know, people pay for, you know, to see a show. They didn't pay for, you know, they didn't pay to see you rant about me and, you know, talk about how you know what I mean, you can't close. And she was like, you opened for the Kings of Comedy. I closed for the Queen of Comedy. Now, who you think is funnier? You know, that's up for debate. That's debatable because it's all opinion based. It ain't really no facts in that. You know what I mean? You can say if you want to base facts on who sold out more arenas or who sold more seats to their shows, I don't know that answer either. You would probably have to Google it. You know what I mean? And it's debatable. It's like hip hop. Even though I think that have a little more tangible things you can look at as far as to say who's the best. You know what I mean? Movies, actors, obviously, what's your accolades? Challenge. Like, did you get any Oscars? Did you win any nominations? Do you get 20 million a movie, A-list, or are you a regular, low level, 5,000 a flick? You get killed right off in the beginning of the movies. Right. So it is levels to it. He put out some receipts. I don't know whose receipts are true or not because I never had no contracts put in my face. I know I see her name at the bottom. Hers say 3 p.m., then it's 3:30, then it's his name third, and it's somebody else. I think I did snapshot the photos just for the sake of doing it, I believe. Or maybe it's in this phone. Yeah, it is in that phone. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But he was supposed to be third, or I guess he was supposed to close. And he like, yo, you know, I only crossed out the names and the salary. And she put out receipts. So again, his integrity is, whose integrity is more intact? That's who I would base it on. And I don't really care in this one. The only way I really care is like when the family feuds, nobody wins when the family feuds. Like, you know what I mean? What's better than 1 billionaire? 2, especially if you got the same hue as you. Nobody really wins, and you got, you know, some women taking Monique's side. I think it's pretty much even. A lot of men though are saying she blackballed herself because she's continuing the narrative of being an angry, outspoken, boisterous black woman. And a lot of times people don't want to hear that shit. And I just did a video on Lisa Lucas Burke. This is one of the senators that was like, I'm motherfucking mad. And she was acting crazy, unprofessional, in her feelings, let her emotions get the best of her. That's why I went and want them the president over me. You know what I mean? And, you know, it is what it is. Y'all can be mad that I said that, but that's what I feel. And that's you. I don't want no woman to be that type of power over shit because you can get mad. And I've seen it in my own personal life, you know, go from straight being cool to you do something, they feel they was done slighted, and there's nothing wrong with being angry, human. Because people they always try to say, well, you didn't do anything, or you didn't get me mad, or you didn't up the shit out of me and have me in my feelings. I went and set your car on fire. No, that doesn't justify that. Doesn't justify that. It happens to men too. Just like it don't justify men when they wives cheat or they do some certain things, then they come kill a side nigga, kill a wife, kill a kids, go topsy-turvy. None of that shit is acceptable. That's people's emotions unchecked. You know what I mean? It's like none of that shit is cool. Stay in your frame, and I get it. It's hard not to kill them. It's hard sometimes to to keep your composure. You know what I mean? I had to take anger management as a person that's been to prison for violence, you know what I mean? Or violent crimes. And you know what I mean? In the real life. And people see me all the time, they be like, word, you don't look like, they always judge the baby, you know what I mean? Like, nah, you don't look like, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna put foot to ass if you violate. So I've taken anger management classes, and it's all human emotion. But some people deal with it better than others. And for the most part, this is no slight on like Kamala Harris. Obviously, she the vice president. Side note. So if Joe, Smokey Joe, happened to, fall over, and she would be the president for the duration until the next thing. So just having women in power, they could George Bush the button, the Nas reference. I went and won a woman over there. You wake up with your tan, your period or whatever. It's like, oh Lord, I hope she in a good mood today. And you see a lot of that inside. As I said, that's not just picking on them or it's no biasness. This just it could be my anecdotal experience. But fellas, you let me know. You know what I mean? Who seems to be the more emotional. And I go off prison being on Rikers where you got women come in, they be mad. You know what I mean? You ain't do shit to them. You stay out there where like, oh, she mad today. I'm going to clean up, clean my bed, have my pictures down. I'm not going to do nothing to get on this bitch nerve. Because when she come past my cell, I don't want the wrath. And then that's why you hear people saying it's like, hell has no fury, like a woman scorned and all that shit. But anyway, back to Monique. Fellas are saying she boxed herself into this position to where she looked angry, where people want to blackball her, where people don't even want to work with her. You know what I mean? But the thing is, who do you believe? I don't know. From looking at the evidence from D.L. Hughley page, looking at her page, I don't know who contra. I know both of their pages say she was supposed to go at 3 p.m. Somebody else supposed to, and I should have screenshot it. Somebody else was supposed to go at 3:30. He was supposed to go at 4, and somebody else was supposed to go at 4:30. So based off that alone, none of them was supposed to close the shows. It was somebody else. But according to her, she was supposed to close the show, and because he flipped the script on her, acting like a bitch. But this is also what I'll say, because women do this a lot, and I hate this shit. And it's not really a double standard, because I'm cool with the double standard. What's good for men is not good for women sometimes, and what's good for women don't always go for men sometimes. I'm totally cool with that. Like, you gonna get in the club for free, some nigga gonna pull you off the line, you gonna get in VIP because you looking good, you got your tight dress on and your shoesy shoes. Me as a man, if I don't know the promoter or I don't know Lil Wayne, and I'm just throwing his name out there, I'm gonna stand on the line, or I'm gonna have to come out my pocket, because that's your money, son, and pay. And I've done it plenty of times. If you familiar with the show, you already know I never was the type to be like, I always felt like niggas ain't gonna try to play me. I got it, fuck it. This what a nigga is doing what he doing for times like this. When you pull up, like, yo, how much, it's 40 to get in, or 60 to get in, it's after 12. The line is mad long. Well, how much is the bottle? Bottles is $3.5. Let me get 2 bottles. Like, me and we getting in. I did that plenty of times, and I regret it because I could have did other stuff with my money. I'm just saying, as a man, that's what we got to deal with. Meanwhile, you come with the shoesy shoes and your freaking dress. Oh, y'all come on in. So it's double standards. Obviously, men, when you fuck a lot of women, you're a player. Women, when you fuck a lot of niggas, you're an hoe. And that's you. And you could be mad and you could not like it. That's just the standards. But this is what I don't like. Like, know what I mean? That shit I don't like. So she was like the DL, and she don't know what his name stand for. And she kind of insinuated that he was gay. And it's like, I hate this shit so much that, like, I hate you so much right now. And if you're wondering, I hate you. I do. I just hate women that do that. And it's because, like, your brother's gay, or your cousin is gay, your best friend is gay for whatever reason, your hairstylist is gay. Soon as it's a conflict with a guy, he got to be DL or he got to be gay, and y'all use that shit like it's an insult. When really it's not an insult. Not in today's time. Like, shit, the LGBT community, they rocking. Like, we'll be rocking you. They in high places. They in position of power. They controlling shit. They got the numbers. And if you really say anything out of whack with what they doing, they will get you canceled. Yeah, and that's you. We seen the power of them. They strong like the Jews. Yeah, they strong like people that got money. They strong like them people. You know what I mean? And that's why they got the rights that they got. That's why shit is the way it is now. Whether you agree or not, I'm not giving my stance. I agree. Y'all know my position. Why do y'all use that, ladies? Like, you don't never hear no guy when he disagree, like, yeah, you fucking lesbian bitch. Like, that doesn't come out of our mouth. It's like, we're going to stick to the issues. You a dirty bitch. You a trifling bitch. You a lying bitch. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. That's one of the first things y'all run to. He DL, he taking dick in the butt, some wild shit. It's like, where did these outlandish accusations come from? Is he a fuck boy, or if those are terminology you want to use for not letting you close out the show? That may be true. But he got a whole wife, whole kids, and that's not to say that gay men don't have these situations going on. It's been DL men for years, and I was locked up. I gave stories on whole married dude, double bunking with a white, tall, gay nigga too, like tall. They doing what they doing, yet you go on the visit floor, kiss your wife, tell her how beautiful she look, come back with the package, right to your double bunk cube with the gay nigga. So I call a spade all day, every day. So I'm not saying this stuff don't happen, but we know DL Hughley ain't fucking gay, right? Right. I mean, at least I don't think he is, unless she knows something I don't know. Where's the slander and the accusation? Should she get a defamation of character lawsuit smacked on her? And again, who do you believe? Because again, when you put the receipt up from his page, the receipt up from her page, it don't look like neither. Maybe I'm reading it wrong because again, I'm not familiar with the contracts. But when you put both of them up side by side, neither one of them is at the end. You would figure the last show, say that the last show was at 4:30 from what I read. Neither one of their names was slotted in that position. His was at 4 o'clock. Hers was at 3 o'clock. So who's lying? Who's telling the truth? I don't know. What do you think? For the new people coming in, talking about Monique and DL Hughley, who do you believe? Whose story you buying? Who integrity is more intact? And while y'all here, hit the like button before you bounce off the page. You know what I mean? Hit the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. I don't know who to believe. I just think in the public when but you black, and then it's a man and a woman, and I just came from an engagement party and I told y'all, like, don't believe the hype on social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, in the comment section where it's the men going against the women and it's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Although some of that may be true, in the real life, when I go out, I don't see that. I don't see men against women. I think it's more deep inside these echo chambers on some of these channels. Y'all know it's the red pills, the blue pills, the manosphere, it's the women's sphere. It's people that hate black people, but they all black. This shit is amazing to me. I don't know who to believe. I don't really care, but I care in the sense that we got to stop making each other look bad. Like, you know what I mean? I get she got a right to be mad. Like, damn, she got a right to be mad. But was that the right forum to do it? Just like the political lady who was like, I'm madder than the motherfucker. We know you mad. Soon as when you started talking, we peep energy. We got the vibes that you was ready to, you know what I mean? Like what Hulk say? You see the little, Hulk said, the secret to me is I'm always mad. Like, so we just looking for any little situation for you to let us know that you're mad. And I think that's unfortunate. But let's get to something else that's, it's hot as even I got the window open, it's hot. Let's get into some other shit. Unfortunately, just found out today, but I think it happened Saturday morning or Saturday night. And I was out. Y'all had a good weekend this weekend. Memorial weekend, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the men and the women that protect our liberties so we could do shit like this. Be Simone, ride. Talk shit about the dead people that did more than you'll ever do in your life. And I got family in the military, you know what I mean? Some was honorable discharge and some still, you know what I mean? So salute to all of them because I couldn't do it, you know what I mean? Not the kid. Master P, his daughter, Tatiana, you know what I mean? Tatiana. She passed 29 days after his birthday. He's, him and Romeo, and condolences to their family, that's first and foremost. Rest in peace to her. May the Most High have mercy on her. You know what I mean? And all of us, because Tony, there was no other way. We all in the end game. And any given day could be your day. That's why I plainly say on the show, but I be telling y'all to keep it in the forefront, meaning to get your affairs in order. Get everything that you think you need to have in order, so when you die unexpectedly, or even if you live a long life, nobody in your family not only have to grieve over you, the loss of you, especially if you was providing and you was contributing the resources, that they got to fix your affairs, pay your debt, no insurance. You know what I mean? Certain things that they got to make decisions for you, fight over, you know, what's left, you know what I mean, your belongings, etc. But Master P said, and I didn't notice, you know what I mean, because I'm not in the know like that his daughter was suffering from mental health and drug abuse. And in his Instagram post, you know, he posted it on Instagram. He said, you know, mental health and drugs is a real thing. And then it says we shouldn't be afraid to talk about it, but give us some privacy, respect us right now, let us grieve, and let us deal with what we're dealing with. So I obviously will respect that. You say 29, damn, so young. Like, damn, that's very, very young. Not even 30 yet. And that goes to show that, you know, is that karma, you know what I mean? Kevin Samuels, Vivica Fox, 57, 29. Malcolm X, gunned down. Martin Luther King, B. Simone, gunned down. Like, was that karma? And I ain't gonna go into that too much more. Little babies being killed in that school, was that karma? Of course it wasn't. We all gonna go. The question really is, how are you gonna go? And do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, your video, you out of here. Your Mercedes-Benz and Range Rover out of here. All your, you know what I mean, growing up hip-hop and your business ventures. All that shit out of here. The cute little dogs and your fur coats and, you know what I mean, your gated sneakers. All that shit out of here. And all that shit means nothing. And when we standing before the Most High, butt naked and afraid like we came in this world, you got answers, you got questions to answer. Are you going to have the right answers? And I'm not going to get religious on y'all. I'm just going to say, do you have the right answers? You know what I mean? Remember the Hulk used to do this shit? Do you got the right answers? I hope I got the right answers, you know what I mean? Because if not, it's going to be a problem. But they don't have a cause of death yet. They just saying, they're not saying anything. They're saying respect us. And I guess it'll come out. Still didn't hear nothing about Kevin Samuels speaking of his death, on what really caused. Did he have any substances in his body? A lot of people was trying to spin that narrative. But it's just like, damn, this is what I want to say. If they say it's drugs, right? Because they're saying mental health and drugs. And I want to be sensitive about talking about Master P, who I respect the hell out of Master P. You know, everybody always can have a pet peeve. And again, my window was open because it's hot. I ain't put the AC in yet, been kind of dragging my ass, but I will soon. It's definitely getting hotter and hotter. And tomorrow it's going to be baking hot. Like Kevin Bacon, it's going to be steaming hot. Like, woo, steaming. Agony. Why is this sun always picking on me? It's going to be mega hot tomorrow, but that's why you hear shit flying by, guys. You know what I mean? People talking all crazy because the window is open. I'm hot. I'm still hot. And I got the door closed because I got a new fucking dog and my cat is out there. But anyway, why in the entertainment business? Matter of fact, shout out to my nigga Blackface, because we was talking. He a Boston fan, and I bet on Boston last night. If you just jumping into the live, yeah, we put our money where our mouth is. And on this channel, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, Popavisms 101, interviews sometimes, and motivation. Got mine in today. So I was talking with my nigga Blackface Entertainment, Harlem stand-up, and he a Boston fan. And I was like, yo, do you think sports is rigged? Side note, we still talking about Master P. I just want to bring this in. This is how I'm going to tie it in. I'm talking about Master P's daughter, rest in peace, to her, and condolences to their family, to the Miller's family. He said, nah, you know, some people don't believe. And at one point in time, I didn't believe either. But we know about Donahue from one of the NBA refs. We know he was fucking up the games. So that's rigged. You can't deny that. He was making messed up calls against the Spurs and other players to change the outcome of the game. So that's rigged. We see in the NBA, let's stick with the NBA for now. We see the superstar players, even though they're the superstar. Let's just do the math on this. Like Superman in comics, y'all know I'm Marvel and I like DC and shit. Superman is one of the strongest characters. Imagine if he was getting help. You know what I mean? Like he already one of the illest, probably it's not too many people could beat him, if anybody, right? In a fight, one-on-one. But imagine if he had help. You ain't gonna win. So I'm saying, oh, Michael Jordan, he was one of the best players ever. He's considered the best player. He don't got the most rings. Bill Russell, Robert Horry. Other people got more than him. Steve Kerr, right, because he was on the Spurs and he also played with the Bulls. Not stars, because it's stars, then it's superstars. They get the calls. They already the better players talent-wise, but they still get the call. Oh, Michael Jordan, we pushed off on, what's the dude named? Russell, I can't think of his last name. When he pushed off on him in Game 6. Yeah, Mike never went to Game 7. He finished you off in Game 6. Why do the superstar players get the calls? Why not the regular players that need it, because y'all not as gifted as the other players, why they don't get the calls? So that kind of shows that it's rigged. But I'm only bringing this up to say it's a channel that I watch, and y'all know I be running through these YouTube streets, running across these YouTube alleyways, and they should have never let me in the game. Right, they should have never let me. It's a channel called Gematria Effects News 25, and then he got so many channels because they keep canceling his channels. The sports channel is Gematria Sports. He said it's not a coincidence. It's not a coinky dink that the entertainers, I was about to say Michael Jordan again, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Lenny Lyles, the singer, Ray Charles, Humpty Hump, DMX, I'm missing a lot of people. The list goes on and on, like Erykah Badu. All of them is drugs, abuse, deaths. Most of them. Pimp C, Humpty Hump, if I just mentioned him. Who else? Recently, a lot of people. Not the deaths, not people that get smoked. People that die over the drugs. That die from drugs, overdoses, preferably. This should be played at a high volume. Preferably in a residential area. Preferably those that get killed from drugs. Why is that? Did anybody ever ask themselves that? And when I posed this to him, to my nigga Blackface, who don't really rock with the channel, but I'm going to send him this clip of this video when I'm done. You know what I mean? And it's cool. They'll soon catch up. I know they're going to catch up. And I'm not going nowhere regardless if they do or they don't. I said, you don't find that interesting? And I said, he was like, nah. And I said, you know why? Because the picture's already painted that these people are drug users. You know what I mean? That's why Jesse Smollett, you know what I mean? Smollett, when they locked him up, you know what I mean? And he was like, when they sentenced him and he was about to go do his little bullshit time, he like, I'm not suicidal, I'm not gonna kill myself. Why you think he just came out with that outburst like that for no reason? Why you think he came out and said it like that? Afraid that he might be killed, possibly? Hung, like the sister that was killed in Texas that was just driving. She just got pulled over for parking, for a traffic violation. Found hung with a plastic bag or a sheet or some dumb shit. You know what I mean? And then blaming on mental health, and that's that. And I'm sorry I can't think of her name right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Foul. That's why he like, I'm not suicidal. I'm not going to kill myself. So I just say, damn, Master P's daughter, 29 days after his birthday, which is April 28th. 29, and again, babies die. You know what I mean? So it's not to say she was so young that she couldn't die. But it's like, they always run that drug shit. And I find that very, very, very interesting. Well, let's get into some other shit speaking about death and circumstances. So what's the story coming out about a Simeon Otuse, and I'm probably messing his name up, but he was a college football player, met a man who he thought was a woman, allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, could have been maybe trans. They still don't know in the story that I was reading. On Tinder, swipe to the right, you know, the Generation Z's and the millennials and shit. Everything is on social media. They're afraid to meet in public. I guess only when you meet in public. For a matter of fact, I gotta play this shit because this shit is mad funny. I did save this one. Real quick funny intermission for a minute. This shit mad funny. This shit been going around too. When you meet people and shit, they not the real person.
You can do that.
Who are you?
What you mean? You are not the man in this picture.
You is not the nigga.
I took that picture when I was in Africa. Yeah, but you can come in. Come
But
sit
you
down.
can get
Where are
in.
your eyebrows?
Where's your eyebrows, bro? Let's watch that again.
You can get in.
Who are you?
What you mean?
You are not the man in this picture.
You are not.
No, I took that picture when I was in
See
Africa.
the nigga lying, thinking I was quick though.
But you can come in.
But
Come
you
sit
can
down.
get in,
Where are your
bitch.
eyebrows?
Hilarious. But he was quick on his toes. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga like, yo, I took that picture when I was in Africa, so that's why the skin is a little dark complexion. And she was smart, and I'm not saying he was a killer, but his shirt did say natural born killer. Like, first date, are you dumb? I never met you before. You know, and it might could be a skit for World Star. You know, World Star be doing the most. But I'm bringing that up to say, people was afraid to go out to the bar, shake a little 1-2, buy a little drink if that's what you got to do, talk to a lady, you know what I mean? Throw the breath mints in your mouth so the breath don't stink, and see what it's in for. Get rejected a few times. Men got to get rejected more than women. Oh, because men approach women more. Women, y'all could just, you know, either accept the rejections or take who you like. You know what I mean? Have your roster on 100 trillion billion niggas. We got to go out. And it used to be a game back in the day. Like, yo, who gonna get the most numbers? And you go out, whether you gonna call them out is a whole nother, you know what I mean, issue. But you go out, how many numbers you got? I got 5, I got 4, I got 8. You got 8 numbers? Let me see. You got shorty that was over there? Yeah, she had the fatty, the light skin joint, or the dark skin with the curls, or woo woo woo, the one that had, you know what I mean? That's what we used to do. That's what you had to do, because it wasn't none of these sites. Now it's these sites. So I'm mentioning all that to say this brother Atuse, I think I'm saying his name right. Football player, big with the dreads. He met some white dude named Jeffrey Smith. And apparently they met up, did some things. Well, the white guy did some things to him, you know what I mean? A little fellatio, you know what I mean? In the dark. Told him you gotta keep the lights out. Gotta keep the lights out. Found out that he wasn't who he said he was, and that's you. Came back, killed him, beat him to death, they say, in a rage, full of passion. Like how Ghostface said, he looked like he looks ruthless without being, looks ruthless but determined. Has a subtle calm about him. You know what I mean? Like, has a dream, full of passion, like crime full of passion. That's a Purple Tape reference. You know what I mean? And that's on Rainy Days. When the lady was singing, and he said, you sing beautifully just now. And she said, I sings for him, and he isn't here. You know what I mean? Killed them, but the video that I seen, it looked like it's 3 men. So it looked like him taking his shirt off, coming out. 2 other dudes, their faces is blurred, so we don't know who they are. And I'm bringing this up because he just got acquitted of murder and self-defense or whatever. So he's acquitted. He's a free man now. And I ain't like, yay, you know, definitely ain't no racial shit. My thing is, although he was acquitted, and I know there's some innocent people that's found guilty, it's also guilty people that's found innocent. That's the way of the system, because justice is blind. Like love is blind, justice is blind. So just because you're guilty don't mean you're going to be found guilty, and just because you're innocent don't mean you're going to walk and you're going to be found innocent. You might be getting that 3 hot in the cot, and you might be in those cardboard waffles with the 1 syrup and that soy milk that's not really soy milk. I say they got estrogen in it. That's why they're saying making niggas sterile locked up. You know what I mean? He beat the case, and he got off like a fat rat. A lot of the people from the from the LGBT community, they saying the dude was trans or he was transitioning, and that the dude wasn't in fear for his life, even though they say it was a knife there, but he couldn't reach the knife. It's a wild, crazy story, and you know, I don't know if anybody wins. Obviously, the condolences to Jeffrey Smith, Jerry Smith family. You know what I mean? I know they're not happy about the verdict. I know they're not happy at all. They kind of saying like he knew. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, when you first doing something with somebody for the first time, sexually that is, you're being intimate. This is for my little cousins, you know what I mean? My little nephews and my nieces and my little cousins, male and female. Because we know that it's gay men, it's also gay women. And you got gay women that look like boys, ones that don't got too big of titties. They wear stuff to flatten their breasts down. They wear baggy clothes and they fix their hair up and they make it look like they're a man, even though they're not. You know what I mean? And they talk and they try to emulate what they see men do, just like men who want to be women or transition into trying to be a woman. They try to emulate what they think women is. That's why a lot of them is real fancy with it, because black women, y'all be doing the fucking most. So they really just think they imitating y'all. And that's you. They imitating you. That's why they got all that makeup on, all the eyes, and they doing all this extra shit so they can try to fool somebody. And that's why I did a video or a brief, gave my thoughts on a little TikTok clip. And I'm not on TikTok. Y'all keep saying I'm a joint. Of a transsexual dude, you know what I mean, who's trying to look like a woman. And he's making fun. Like, should I tell him I'm a trans before we go on a date or after? And it's just disgusting. And again, I don't know if this dude that got murdered, if he did that. And if he did do that, I'm still not saying he should be murdered. But I'm saying I can understand a person being mad, like the Congress lady or the senator, whoever she was, when she was like, I'm fucking mad, I'm mad. I could see a heterosexual man being mad as a motherfucker, like she said, ready to put foot, hands to ass. Like, now I'm going to do you filthy for fucking violating me like that, if that's the case. But my thing is to my nephews, my nieces, and my little cousins. When you meeting up with somebody and you know, whatever roads you decide to go on, when you meeting up with somebody for that encounter, man, you should be trying to get married. The lights out, that's a no. Lights, camera, action. No camera though. Don't push it on social media. Don't be making no world home star videos thinking you're going to be Kim Kardashian. You're going to get embarrassed. That shit going to spin forever and it's going to tarnish your legacy and it's going to tarnish you. She got famous. She been famous. She had money. Maybe she's a bad example. But Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, all these other people, don't be like them. May not work out for you. And what's good for somebody else may not be good for you. You may not be Ray J, my little cousins. The point is, you got to see what the fuck is going on. In this day and age where, you know, men could be whatever they want, far sexually, women could be whatever they want. We see genders flip-flopping like it ain't nothing. When you have sex for the first time and you meeting this person, you need to see. And I know someone, and I've been with women like this. You know what I mean? I'm well experienced. Gotta take the lights off. They may be a little uncomfortable of their body. It's no body shaming. They're uncomfortable of their own body. I'm still beating. I mean, at those times. They want the lights out, or you may have done it a few times, but they feel more comfortable with the lights dim. I'm not talking about those scenarios. I'm talking about when this is your first time and you ready to, you know what I mean, perform for the first time and challenge. And that's you, you know what I mean? Like Bill Cosby, challenge. You ready to put your mat game down, and ladies, you ready to put it on him, show him all this good pussy he been missing? Right, I hear you. The lights got to be on, at least initially. Now, I'm not saying you got to keep them on all, you know, through the whole night. But this is what happened with this young brother, E.C. Atuse. And again, I might be saying this wrong. I'm pronouncing it how the reporter pronounced it. Football player that was just acquitted of murder, self-defense charges. I guess the dude he was with, that's supposed to be a woman, had a knife under the bed just in case things don't go right. But allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, he got some head from him, some fellatio, got some head, some top. Found out he was a man because he did it in the dark. I don't know why he let him suck him off in the dark. So that's why when I was in the comments, a lot of women and a lot of men, because I'm saying too, I'm like, damn, bro, you meet him on Tinder. I could get it. You could be tricked because we know on TikTok too they turn around and they do this shit on purpose. That's why I said this shit is the gift and the curse. And you know, with social media, everybody got a platform. Mine's is popping his TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash the notification bell. So when I upload the videos, you get alerted. Everybody got a channel. I'm not knocking it. Some of the celebrities be mad because regular people could just go viral and they don't like that shit. He's swiping or whatever. People in the comments is like, bro, how you go have sex with somebody for the first time and you let them dictate that the lights got to stay out while they go down on you? What? That's a red flag. And again, I'm not saying that because people also was like, he was small. According, he was way smaller than him. At first, when you just listen to, when you read the comments, you'll get fooled. That's why you got to go do a little research, if nothing else, just a little bit. Don't be afraid to read. I'm like, damn, he must have been a big nigga. You know what I mean? That's dressed in a dress or looking real manly. But when you go to the story on a few of the news clips, the news channels, he wasn't an overbearing man. He was a white dude, so maybe with a wig, a lot of makeup on his face, you know what I mean? Eyelashes looking crazy. Maybe he did look presentable to look like a woman. Okay, cool. There's no shame on being fooled because, again, on TikTok, they get their bodies done. They got their titties swinging. Their ass is fat. Then when they turn around, because they got the BBL, when they turn around, you know, through the different clothes they wear, you can see that clearly they a man and they just got you. And I hate when it's like, damn, can't even look at women doing the most that's online no more because you might be looking at a man that's, you know what I mean, trying to look like a woman. So he could have been fooled. There's nothing wrong with that. When you get there, and you talking, people are like, well, you got to talk first. You don't just get there and take your clothes off. I agree, unless you buying pussy. Then when you get there, after the initial, then you ain't much talking. It's booty clapping sounds, and you get into the do. Why you let him take the lights out? Then you got the oral sex. You left. You didn't kill him right there, according to the story. You left, came back. Then you did the deed. And again, I'm not advocating for the brother to be locked up. Young brother, again, I'm not happy that the guy that got killed died either. It's never, you know, it's never nothing celebratory about a life lost. What I'm saying is he got off. Maybe he'll continue his football career. Maybe he'll learn a valuable lesson. There's nothing wrong with going out in public, having a drink, having coffee, and meeting women in the real life. All this Tinder swiping shit. Then when you do meet him that way, you let him give you head in the dark. People are saying what happened was, the real story, he met the nigga, got head from the nigga, realized or started feeling guilty, or his man's in the probably seen who he was fucking with, got on him. That made him mad as a motherfucker, like that senator lady. He came back and killed the nigga. That's how it sounds. So people are saying maybe, kinda, sorta. And I'm just saying, fellas, ladies, you know what I mean? That's why people be like, you gotta ask, are you a biological woman now? I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Transgender people, to my transgender people, and I don't have no family members that's that. I do have members of, I have gay people in my family, you know what I mean? And I love them. I don't agree with what they lifestyle, but I love them. They always welcome in my house. I'm always here for them, but I'm not a phony, you know what I mean? And they know this. With that being said, to the transgender community, this is my message to you. I got a message. Today's Monday, Motivational Monday. I am your motivational speaker. That's what the title is. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. I'm being serious. So stuff like this don't happen if he tricked him. Because people are like, how you tricked him? That TikTok video that I just referenced where the dude was like, should I tell him? Smiling, getting ready and shit. And you can see him making himself look more like a woman. Should I tell him before the date, dinner, or should I tell him after? And it's like, yo, something happens to you, then you wonder why, and it makes the trans. And this is also what the transgender community should be telling their community members. Like all of the bait and switch, trying to trick niggas, heterosexual niggas, men, kill that. Don't do that. It's a bad look. It makes us look bad, and you can lose your life. Like, yeah, you play stupid games, you can lose your life. Because that's what could have happened. He could have lost his life for that. Homie would have lost his life by getting 25 to life, or maybe even 20, 30 years. His life is lost. You're going to get out when you're old, but life is gone for, as we know, your prime years. Then there's 2 lives lost, all because some motherfucker, how he couldn't keep it real. You couldn't keep it 100 with me. Jada said, just keep it real with me. Just keep it 100 with me. Let me choose. Same thing with the fellas. This also goes for fellas, heterosexuals that deal with women. You know you got a roster. You know you ain't going to be with her, one woman. Just tell her off the rip. I told y'all, when I lied and I cheated when I was married, and I'm not an angel. And the stuff that I want to talk about on the channel, I talk about. For the stuff that I don't, I say none of your fucking business. But when I was first doing what I was doing, I used to take my ring off. You know what I mean? That was some shameful shit. You a scumbag. You know what I mean? Like, and that's you, and that's me at that particular time. When I realized I didn't have to do that shit, and I could tell the truth, I got so much more buns, and I'm just keeping it in the buck. Because women don't give a fuck. And the ones that do, they let me know, like, oh, you married. If you wasn't married, I'll try to take you from your girl. Women always think that they shit is better. No, it's not. Not most of the time. It's the regular. You know what I mean? It's the person that goes with the box. I used to always get that. Oh, you know what I mean? Are you mad? All right, well, we just going, they just wanted what they wanted, which is to go out sometime or do whatever we did, and I got what I wanted. And for the ones that did have integrity, salute to them. Salute to all those sisters that was like, nah, you look good and all this, or woo, woo, but you married. I'm good. You know what I mean? Thanks for being up front, though. But I never took my shit off after I kept my shit on. Never, ever, ever. I'm pointing this out as a learning example to say, when you keep it a buck, because people be like, yo, just tell me the truth. And like Jack Nichols said, in A Few Good Men, you can't handle the truth, right? You need people like me on that wall, because I'm going to do the low down dirty shit that a regular average American or whatever country you in, the people that's not in war, it's a lot of shit we not privy to. People lose lives, people get closed in, they get left for dead because more lives is better than a few being lost and shit like that. It's a lot of politics shit we don't know about. That's why that statement he said was real at the end of the movie. And what he said is true. Most people can't handle the truth, even though they say they want the truth. But what I'm saying to the transgender, to fellas, to my nieces, my little cousins, be up front. That's number one. Let people choose if they still want to fuck with you, because you'll be surprised that most still will fuck with you. One, they gonna respect you kept it a buck. Trust me on that. I'm like, oh, word? So we just gonna be hanging out, and you know what I mean? When you can get away, like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. All right, cool. Because, you know what I mean? Even though, like I said, some women think they're gonna take you, and most niggas ain't leaving their wives. They just soy their royal oats. They should be single till they do that. But what I'm saying is, for the people that do, at least they being up front. Transgender people, women and men, whatever way you trying to go, don't try to trick nobody, because unfortunately, you can lose your life. You know what I mean? Like this dude did. And again, I'm not saying that he tricked them. I'm saying the dude said he didn't know he was a man, and he still let him give him head in the dark. And that's something that you shouldn't do. Don't get no head in the dark from somebody you don't know first time meeting them on Tinder. That's just crazy. And I hopefully you use the condom. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? So again, that's my thoughts on that. I don't know if he right or he wrong, because the news is saying they don't even know if he was transgender. Maybe he just was a homosexual. We don't know. I guess it will come out. But they did say he died from blunt trauma, force to the head. So I guess he, beat him up or whatever, to the head. And he got off. He beat his case, so salute to him, because I know what it's like to go to trial too and be a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. Then the people come out, the foreman of the jury, they come out and the judge read the charge. And that shit is just TV, but I experienced that and I beat the case. So for him to beat his case, whether he's guilty or not, and I'll end with this, like I said, that's why I advocate for innocent people that's in prison, because it's innocent people in prison that was found guilty. It's also guilty people that goes innocent, because justice is blind. It could go either way. Most of the time it goes the right way, but you have slips in the cracks. And for the innocent people, no matter what, they still got to deal with the fuckery of prison, and they innocent, some for years. So, don't be naive, don't be duped. But that's what I got for y'all tonight. Monday motivation, motivational Monday. I am your motivational speaker. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich, that's me. Popovich TV, that's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted. So over here, we do what we want. We authentic, not because we killed 100 people, not because we took over 100 blocks. We authentic, that feeling. Back up in here, one more again.